few summers ago, I went for a bike ride around midnight with a friend. It was one of those warm nights where the air feels thick but calm. The kind of night where everything seems harmless. At the end of the evening, we split up. I only had about 2 blocks to ride back home by myself. 2 blocks. Nothing. There was construction on the main road, so I had to ride on the sidewalk. The streets were completely dead. No cars, no people, no noise except the sound of my tires on the concrete. It wasn't a problem until I got to the corner where I needed to turn left onto my street. There was a man walking ahead of me, probably in his 40s, a little scruffy but not homeless. He looked normal, like someone you'd pass every day and never think twice about. The sidewalk was narrow, and I didn't want to scare him by silently riding up behind him. So when I got about 6 feet back, I said, "Hey, behind you." He turned around, and the look he gave me, it wasn't startled, it wasn't annoyed, it was furious, just pure instant rage. I felt my stomach drop, but I turned down my street anyway. And then he started following me. Not just walking faster, screaming, calling me a fucking cunt, saying he was going to kill me, over and over, loud enough to echo off the houses. I live right off that corner. I could have been home in seconds. But I didn't want him to see which house was mine, so instead I kept going. I looped around the block thinking maybe he'd lose interest. That's not the scary part. The scary part is when I came back around and looked down my street and saw him standing on my front stoop, just standing there, facing the street, like he knew, like he somehow knew exactly where I lived. He saw me ride past again, but this time, he didn't say anything. He just watched me. I didn't go home that night. I went straight back to my friend's place. I was shaking so badly I could barely text my mom. For context, he wasn't homeless. We have a large population of mentally ill downtown, unfortunately, and he honestly looked completely normal for the area. That's part of what made it worse. There was nothing outwardly threatening about him until he snapped. My mom decided not to call the police that night. 2 days later, my bike was stolen from the alley behind my house. The lock had been cut clean through. Maybe it was random, maybe it wasn't. But I still think about how he stood there on my porch, silent, waiting. And sometimes when I ride at night, I still hear it in my head. "Hey, behind you."